Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Joy and Rich. And what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is her ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any correction that's needed. And the only correction that we give is a gentle tug and release on her training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Joy is going to come home with her very own training collar, and you're going to be taught how to use that properly during your one-on-one follow-up training session. Now she's sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to be demonstrating for you is heeling. The command is Joy heel, and heeling is proper leash walking. Now at this point she has a job to do, and that is to maintain focus on her trainer, which you can see her looking up at him and being focused on him. When Rich turns, she should turn, and she should be doing the same thing for you, not dragging you down the street, but focused on you and paying attention. And when you stop, either to cross the street, she should sit automatically without being told to wait for her next command. Now she sat a little slow on that sit, so she ended up sitting in front of Rich. So what we wanted to do is sit right next to you at your left. And you're going to get hands-on practice tomorrow working with her, with us there as your coach. Now the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, you are not going to use her name. She has a very short attention span, so we're going to start out with you at home working her for about 30 seconds on the sit-stay, and keep increasing the amount of time that she will hold it. When Rich returns back to her, he walks all the way around her, returning all the way back around to where they started. She remains seated, and then he gives her another command. So she's going to wait there, sitting nicely, until you give her another command. Rich talks to her to keep her focused and motivated. And she's paying attention. If she doesn't sit, Rich tells her to sit. He leaves her in another sit-stay. Have her hold her stays. You want her to develop self-control, which she had very little of when she got here. This time, instead of returning all the way back to her, Rich is going to use her name. He's going to use a happy voice, and he's going to call her. Joy, come. She should come right in front and sit, and that's perfectly done. That eliminates her jumping all over your legs, because small dogs love to jump up to get attention, but it hurts and their nails are sharp, and people don't always like that. So remember, the come command isn't completed until she sits in front of you. And we're going to be showing you that again. And of course, tomorrow we're going to have time to go over all of her commands with you, give you a chance to work with her. Nice automatic sit. And if she doesn't sit, you saw the little tug. Rich is going to leave her in another sit-stay. He just told her no sit, gave her a gentle reminder. And again, he's going to demonstrate the come on command. Joy, come. You hear him talk to her on the way in. Good girl. She comes right in and sits. That's perfect. And then she goes back to heel and back sitting. Good girl. Now the next commands that we're going to be demonstrating for you are a little bit harder. These are your down commands, and there are two. So the first down command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the down from a heel position. So with her seated, you're going to take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give the one-word command to down and stay. Now the down typically is a little bit easier for them to hold, and I want you to practice this indoors as well as outdoors. You heard Rich remind her, if he starts to see her looking antsy, no, stay. And we're going to work this command all the way up to 5 minutes. When Rich returns back to her, he walks all the way around her just as he did on the sit stay. He praises her for a good job, tells her good girl, and they take off heeling again. She's extremely bright. Poodles are excessively smart, which sometimes can make them be very challenging. She's adorable though. You see her looking up and trying really hard. Now Rich is going to give her the down again. And the stay. And I know she's going to be over the moon excited to see you tomorrow, but I also know that we're going to work with her through that and make sure that you get a good lesson with her. And now Rich is going to call her out of this. Good girl. And then she goes back to heel and back sitting. Very nice. Good girl. Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you, and the last command that we're going to demonstrate for you on this video, is you're down from a distance. So when Rich comes back from heeling with her, and heeling's probably one of the most important commands that we teach because nice leash walking is definitely important to my clients. When she sits, he's going to leave her in a stay. He's going to turn to face her. He's going to use his right hand to give the command, and she goes right into a down from a distance. That was perfectly done. I've never seen it done quite that way, but that was perfect. She did it immediately. Now, we've demonstrated for you all of Joy's formal on-leash obedience commands. She has done a wonderful job here at school. We're going to have lots and lots of information to give you when you come to get her tomorrow. She's been adorable and sweet and sometimes challenging, but a great student. And we want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company, and we will see you tomorrow.